Good evening, everyone in YouTube land. I felt the need to do this video. I didn't want to put up any pictures or actual video of the alleged rape. It's enough of it floating around social media, but I definitely have a message. Despite everything that I've read in terms of what happened to this young lady in the club, this is what I have to say. You young females, old females, all females, transsexuals, transgenders, it doesn't matter. Always let somebody know where you're going, who you're going with, what's the game plan. If you're going on a blind date, which I don't recommend, but that seems to be the going thing this millennium, take a picture of the date. Take a picture of the license plate. Send it to your family while you're out on a date. Your friend, your roommate, your brother, your uncle, your best friend. Somebody. Make sure that somebody can be held accountable if something happens to you or if you don't return home. It's so easy to say, oh, I'm grown, I know what I'm doing, and oh, I got a knife, and I got mace, and I got a gun, and okay, all of that's fine. But sometimes when you're having a little bit too much fun, we tend, as a society, we tend to let our guard down. And that's the one of the biggest things that I noticed seems to be happening. Not only that, is I come from a family and a time where if we all went out somewhere together, we all came home together. If we were all out at the club, somebody had to stay at the table and watch the drinks or the food. If you left your drink at a table and went to dance and came back and none of your family and friends was at the table, you threw the drink away. Those were all of the precautions that we took by force, some of us by force, because, my grandparents didn't allow me to do a lot of going out with females. I had to go out with my boy cousins and brothers and uncles and stuff like that. And, they were responsible for me, even though I was the oldest out of everybody. That's just how it was. They had to make sure nothing happened to me. I didn't get pregnant, no sex, no guys, none of that. When I did sneak out with females, that was just something that we kept up with. You go out with your girlfriends, you meet a guy or several guys, and they want to take you to breakfast and this, that, and the third. We stuck together. That's just the bottom line. We stuck together. If a dude was buying me a drink, he was buying my homegirl a drink. If a dude was taking me to breakfast, he was taking my homegirl to breakfast. It was almost like a package deal. And when I was growing up, we could leave the club, the movies, the skating rink, or wherever, and go back to so-and-so's house, to all of us together. You can't do that in this day and age because you don't know who's in the other room. You don't know who's sitting outside waiting for you guys to get in the house. You don't know who's coming in the house. You don't know. It's too many unknowns, too many variables. And you know, in the 60s and 70s, it was just a different age, a different day, a different way of life. Society is so much different at this particular point in time. And you just have to be, I can't even say aware. I have to actually say, you have to be paranoid of anybody, everybody, anything, and everything. We used to walk to the bus stop. My grandmother used to walk us to the bus stop, walk me and my next door neighbor to the bus stop. My grandmother would be at the bus stop after school, waiting on us to get there. We didn't all walk together. Now, there was a time when, as I got older, that me and my friends used to walk to school together, but that stopped. You you can't trust the teachers these days. You can't trust the nurses, the school nurses, the school monitor. You can't trust the bus drivers. It is so hard to trust anyone with your children in this day and age. I'm so glad that my kids are grown. I now pray for my grandbabies. Be careful when you go out. Watch your drink. If you sit at the bar holding a conversation with somebody, you take a sip, cover your drink with a napkin. Keep it covered, especially if you got a straw. You just slip the napkin right over the top of the straw. It'll sit on the drink. You just have to be so careful. And if you're going as a group, staying as a group, and something happens, your group should take care of you. If you're going by yourself and something happens, you should be able to get somewhere safe. It's nothing wrong with dancing with men and backing up, grinding, dropping it like it's hot. All of that, that's fine. But if you're not watching that drink and they spike it with something, you've lost the advantage. You have to be safe. Once your drink gets spiked, you don't remember what he looks like. He could be your next door neighbor. You don't remember what happened. You don't remember who was there. You don't remember what he had on. You have lost the advantage. All I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to be safe. We're in a time where people are really sick. They're really sick. I pray for this young lady. I pray for the brothers that were there at the club. I've seen, read, and heard that there's been a mistaken identity. Somebody was identified and it was a mistake. So, I hope they get the right person. It's just so much to it. It's just sad in this day and age, and it's been a while since I've seen something like this happen. Now, it was a bad situation, but on the flip side, hopefully she wasn't gang raped, because she could have been drugged in the men's bathroom. She could have been drugged outside to the car. It could have been worse. So I hope, this is a bad lesson learned, but I hope you guys really take care of yourself. Be well. And just remember, everybody may not be against you, but everybody's not for you. And sometimes you have to be aware of the group that you travel with, because everybody's not trustworthy. These YouTube streets are on fire, and the more I read and the more I listen, they've been on fire for years, but now the fire has gotten out of control. So it's just a sad world that we live in. And I hate that this happened to this young lady. I feel bad. And I just pray that it doesn't happen to anybody else. So be safe. And just remember, weapons are good to have, but common sense is better. Take care.